The lore of the Crusader and the Paladin is mired with demons corrupting religious organizations, because this is a horror game and that's their bread and butter. Still, these faiths have produced holy warriors who have fought long and hard against the forces of hell. They play an important role in fighting back the darkness, at least until the darkness claims them. The main religious faith and sanctuary is called Zakarum. It is a faith created by a man named Akarat, claiming to have been visited by an angel and giving teachings that humanity were vessels of light, and they must resist all things evil. Previously, those in power were magic users, powerful sorcerers who studied arcane magic. These new religious teachings claimed that all of humanity were vessels for the light, and that really jived with your average Joe type. It's because of this the Zakarum faith spread like wildfire, despite Akarat himself not even looking to start a church. As the faith spread further and further, the prophet eventually disappeared into the jungle for some reason, never to be seen again. The Zakarum believers would soon find themselves lending aid to the Haradrim, who were hunting down the primevals. They were entrusted with Mephisto's soulstone and built a temple in the jungles of Karas to safeguard it. The temple would eventually become the centerpiece of their growing civilization, providing a solid rallying point for those in the Zakarum faith. More people were converted, more churches sprang up, and eventually they codified themselves into a working government system. Now, as any good medieval religious organization must do, they decided they needed to send out missionaries to spread the good word of Akarat and bring Zakarum to the whole world. You know, a crusade. Nothing bad ever happens on those. They sent a whole bunch of priests to the west to start up new branches. They didn't do so hot because charismatic priests are no match for bandits, monsters, and good old-fashioned cold weather. And so the paladins were born. Holy warriors who were mostly sent to be bodyguards for the priests. They ended up being much better at converting people to the Zakarum faith than the priests were. I mean, think about it. This guy over here talks a good game, but his burly friend over there just used the power of his faith to punch a dude's face in. That's awesome. Thanks to the Paladins, the Zakarum faith spread to every major city. Then they decided to start Phase 2 of the Crusade. Purge the land of demonic corruption. Everyone loves a good purging. The Paladins took up arms again, this time as an inquisition, and just annihilated anything they suspected of demonic corruption. Some people didn't like this, and there was a minor rebellion within the Paladins. Those who thought wanton slaughter was not a great idea bailed and headed west. The remainder stuck with the Inquisition, and after they were finished, they had spread their religion to every corner of the globe via preaching and murdering. You may be thinking how such a light-following organization got so corrupt. Well, remember when I said they had Mephisto's soulstone? He wasn't sleeping all this time. He got busy corrupting the High Council of the Zakarum faith into his puppets, having his soulstone destroyed, and gradually turned the former Temple of Light into a blackened temple. It was during this time he sent Archbishop Lazarus to a little town called Tristram to wake up his brother Diablo, and start the events of Diablo 1. That then led into Diablo 2. During Diablo 2, it was revealed to the public at large that Mephisto was in control of the Zakarum faith, particularly the part where, we destroyed him. This was a terrible revelation for the public at large, and probably made the Zakarum faith's recent behavior make a lot more sense. The Paladin in Diablo 2 is from the Zakarum Order, so this was likely a tremendous blow to their faith. The Zakarum Order went a lot of different ways after this. A large group went to Chaldeum and did their best to continue their actual traditions, but ended up putting a child on the throne of the city who ended up being Belial, Demon Lord of Lies. They just really can't catch a break with putting Demon Lords in charge, can they? Another group became the Templars, not officially sanctioned by the Zakarum faith, but traveling throughout the land and purging evil in the Zakarum name. They saw themselves as a pure continuation of the real faith, rather than their corrupted brothers. The Knights of Westmarch were another order that continued on past the fall of Zakarum, choosing instead to just distance themselves from the religious order and protect the people of Westmarch from physical threats. This order was actually the group of paladins that had rebelled during the Inquisition and had grown in their own right. The last are the Crusaders, who were actually formed over 200 years before Mephisto was revealed to the world. Their leader, Akan, chose to call his apprentices Crusaders rather than Paladins in order to distance themselves from the corrupt order, and shaped each Crusader as an individual who hunted down corruption with zealous fury. They were a far more secretive organization, keeping to themselves and avoiding other Paladin orders just in case they were corrupt. They have a singular goal: redeem the Zakarum faith by purging all of Mephisto's corruption from it. Which is a difficult task, and they haven't yet found a manner in which to do it completely. But they've continued generation after generation. Each Crusader trains an apprentice, and when the Crusader falls in battle, their apprentice takes on their armor and name and continues the lineage. In this fashion, they ensure Crusaders remain an uncorrupted order. The Crusader in Diablo 3 is searching for a means to redeem their faith when they follow the fallen star to Tristram. What they find instead is a fight against Diablo and Malthael, and a means to unlocking the power of their Nephilim heritage. Whether this will finally free the Zakarum faith from Mephisto's corruption is yet to be seen. Either way, the Zakarum religion is here to stay, and whatever they do will leave their mark on the world for years to come. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, and take care, everybody.